Hello, greetings everybody. My name is Romy Garcia, and I'm a member of the Legacy of Equality Leadership Organizing, LELO. And LELO, just briefly, was founded in the early 70s by three members from three different communities: the Black construction workers, the Asian Pacific cannery workers, and farm workers of Latinx heritage. And their common struggle was to fight against systemic racism in the workplace. And since that time, LELO has come to realize that our struggle as working people and immigrant people in this country are all connected, and that we have what we call no separate peace. No separate peace is a fact. It's the understanding that all of our struggles are not just single issue struggle, and that they are all connected. Working people who may have some partial victories for better wages or better working conditions need to see that there are other struggles that we need to combine our efforts towards. Thank you for this opportunity to address the challenges of our fight against the Asian violence that we are seeing here in the country. And that we know from history that unfortunately that this is not something new that just came here within the past couple of years that was promoted by the prior administration, but that this challenge of the anti-violence against Asian has been a pattern that has existed since the formation of this country's at the beginning. And as a case in point that I am most familiar with is that as we know, the Anti-Chinese Exclusion Act in the late 1800s was the first immigration bill that was passed solely based on race as to determine who can come here or who cannot. And I just want to highlight the fact that this expansionism of the United States in the late 1800s, early 1900s was successful because the popular media and popular culture was promoted to justify the belief that it was the burden of the white man's burden to civilize people of color from different countries. And I just want to briefly show you a picture, and a picture that depicts here of different people: Cuba, Puerto Rico, Philippines, Hawaii, India, China. And you can see the white person there, Uncle Sam, carrying the people up towards what they call civilization. So this is a persistent pattern that is not new. What is very challenging yet also promising is the fact that now a lot more of the Asian community members of our younger generation are actually making the connections between the struggles we're facing within our respective community, along with the Black Lives Matter and the fight for more broadly against systemic racism in this country. And so that is promising. I do want to just share a couple of personal experience in terms of my experience. I did come here as an immigrant at 7 years old and was faced a lot of bullying and teasing in the school for not being able to speak proper English and all of that. And I was also spent an evening in the jail, in the San Francisco jail, because I was just I was walking around in a community that was predominantly Latinx background community. And I know that, as many of you know, the biases and stereotypes continue to exist. And one of the stereotypes that I think as an Asian community we need to really understand and put a stop on is the idea of what they call model minority. That model minority myth promotes Asians as if we're all succeeding, that we're having the American dream, and that we don't have anything to complain about. It's just we're making the and that idea of the model minority, as some of you know, came about during the 60s to drive a wedge between our community and the Black liberation movement, civil rights movement in this country, because it basically says, well, if Asian people are making it in this country, how come Blacks or Latin people are not, Latinx people are not making it? So let us please be aware of that, the mentality of that misconception of the model minority. I do want to just end by stating that we here at LELO stand in solidarity with the fight against these harassments and violence against Asian people, and this must stop. And we need to work hand in hand with our other communities, people of conscience, people of faith, people of different backgrounds, in our common struggle for human rights and being able to promote our challenges and our struggles, for decency and being able to be respected for our uniqueness as communities of color in this country. So please continue on. Let us continue on working together to find a common resolution to these issues. Again, we are confident that together we can make a big change in the years ahead. Thank you.